hello, and welcome. I know. Thank you. Welcome back. Welcome. Let me go ahead and share my screen. You know what I'm saying? Because who wants to watch blackness? You know, who wants to watch blackness? You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Window entire screen. Yeah, I'll share the entire screen with you guys. What's the worst that can happen? All right. Good fucking afternoon, evening, wherever you are in this part of the world. Again, it is good to be back. It is good to be back. All right. It is your boy Ray Caruso here on your podcast, on my podcast, Untitled Opinions. And who asked you? It's been a minute. I haven't been on here sharing any good news or sharing any of my untitled opinions, giving you guys some of my ideas or thoughts that I go through every day. You know what I'm saying? Because I know a lot of us have thoughts and opinions and stuff like that. But, anyways, let's get to it. Let me go ahead and fix my setup here. I think I'm a little too loud. I think I was, I think I was punching. I was punching. Anyways, all right, I was punching. But anyways, it's Saturday. What's today's date? Like the 9th. I haven't done a stream in a minute. So we're back to it. We'll get back into the swing of things. I'll give some updates of where I've been, what I've been doing, what's been going on, blah, blah. We'll talk. We'll go through all the opinions that I have. We'll discuss some things that's been going on in the world, you know, things of that nature. I put a disclaimer up. I don't have it. I didn't have a disclaimer before, but now I have a disclaimer. So, like, now you guys can see my disclaimer every time I come on here so you can know that this is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So let's get to it. As you can see, I got our tab set up for our Who Asks You segments. You know, pop ups, always pop ups, but who cares? Who cares? Untitled opinions, man. It's good to be back. I've been working very hard lately. The economy is going up and down, and it looks like the economy is, trying to get back to whatever it was before, but it is what it is. Lately, I've been noticing a lot of Americans been complaining about things that can be changed, and then when the change comes, they're mad about the change as well. It seems like no one can ever be happy. That's just what I believe. My untitled opinion. My untitled opinion is that people look for a way to just always be mad, or to just be upset about something. As you can see, or if you as you witnessed on this tab here, is Trump has won the presidency again. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't go out there and vote. A lot of the things I saw on that ballot and a lot of the voting shit was ridiculous. The questions, I wasn't even happy with some of the stuff we're voting on. My I hate saying too. I'm gonna try to avoid doing that most of this discussion or in talks that we're doing this podcast. Anyways, so we're gonna get into this discussion about the ballot and a lot of the questions that were on the ballot. Like one of the questions that were on there were if your child should be taking these statewide tests to be a requirement for them to graduate. Now, you know, I went to school, and in order to graduate, you need to pass this statewide test to make sure you weren't an idiot. To make sure that the money given to the school and all the funding that was going down wasn't being wasted. Is what I assumed or what I took it as. That's my entitled opinion. I see it as if people are paying money, and they want a test to make sure that the money that they're being funded is going to waste, and people aren't stupid. It shouldn't be a problem to take the test, a requirement test to graduate, because I've seen instances where in school, a lot of these teachers and faculty staff members, aren't really trying to educate too much. They're just trying to get people in the door, out the door. A lot of people are, we're in the time of the world or we're in the times now where money is everything. People are really doing everything for money. There's nothing they're doing. Okay, I don't want to say there's nothing. It's a small amount or a small percentage of people doing things out of love, honesty, and out of being righteous. Everything is being done for money, for the gains of being more rich, And if that's at the loss of your education, at the loss of your health, or whatever it is, they'll fucking take it. They don't really care. That's just the game that we're playing now. It's just my entitled opinion how I see it, you know. With that being said, hopefully none of this stuff in the background is too loud, you know. That'd be it interrupting me, you know. But anyways, so the state requirements or the state required that you pass this test, and then they give you this percentage or they give you this number of, or they calculate this number of how good you did. And to me, I believe it's like, you got you want to go to college anyway. So college has almost the same test. It has SATs. You have to take a certain test in order for the school to recognize you have some knowledge or education in order for them to prepare you for whatever you want to be prepared for in the future. The fact that we're negating or we're moving away from these tests and we're watering down education, we're cutting some information out of education, leaving some kids unknowledgeable. It seems like it's for a certain cause or a reason, which we all know that it's for. But my entitled opinion is like, what's the gain for it? What was so bad about the education that we had that you're trying to change it for for the newer generation? I understand sometimes that a lot of people are trying to shift the culture from racism, from hate, and all that. And they're trying to shift the mind from being taught that or being presented that. And I can see that. But in the same sense, you can't hide everything from the mind or from a child or from a person. They're going to witness or see it anyways. So hiding this educational knowledge is it's just dumb, you know. I think as an educator, you shouldn't want people to know things. Knowledge is power. The more you know, the more good it is for you. Whether you want to use that knowledge in a way to benefit you is up to you. But the more you know, the more it is better for you. And you can surround yourself with people and see the questions, or you can see that question and ask yourself, hey, or with the people around you, like, hey, do you believe that the stuff that you were taught in school is being used every day? And I asked myself along with other, neighborhood friends, street people, career path people, and a lot of people have different answers. A lot of people that I work with say yes, a lot of the things that we learned in school are being applied into everyday life that we do. But again, a lot of people who weren't successful in school or who didn't stay in school or who didn't, who weren't very good at getting grades, or maybe their parents weren't good at very great getting grades. So what happens is they're left with this stigma to believe that whatever they learned in school as an adult wasn't going to help them. I've heard people periodically say, "Oh, I've learned algebra, geometry, and I'm 30, 35. What am I like? What did that do for me?" And it's shocking to me to when people say that because I'm like, "Yo, bro, you everything about math, whether it is algebra, geometry, calculus, you use that on an everyday basis. Whether you want to be the street hustler or you want to be the money market man, that is used on a periodic, you know, daily thing. A lot of the times I tell people, you know what it is? You're so used to using apps that you forget that you're doing math. A lot of the like, you get a paycheck, that paycheck system is using a math. It's using a math system. Your job presents you with an Excel or a spreadsheet. That spreadsheet uses a math equation. It's all mathematical. Nothing you do in this world isn't mathematical. They have a whole culture or a whole group of people who base everything off of math, or you know what I'm saying? they prophesize everything off numbers. They have a whole group of people doing that. So to me, when people say, "Oh, the numbers," and I'm just looking at them like, Jesus Christ, like you're doing exactly what the government and a lot of people want you to do, which is lower your knowledge to believe that the things they gave to you or taught you isn't going to be useful. You know, a lot of if you've ever grown up in like in an overpopulated neighborhood, right? A lot of people in an overpopulated neighborhood aren't going to believe they're using math. But if you really broke it down to them, they're selling drugs in grams and then talking to you in math, but they don't see it like that. You'll go to a corner and they're like, yo, I got sevens, I got trays, I got halves, OZs. This is all mathematical terms. These is all math words, you know. In order for you to be a successful drug dealer or a hustler, you would have to know some sort of math. You would have to know how to count without having to use a pen and paper because that is just time consuming. No one wants to be sitting around waiting for you to figure out if that money is right or how many grams is left or how many grams you're missing because you had to go use a pen and paper and a calculator. That's just no. Then your profession it shows where you lead off in life when the knowledge and things you do and don't know. That's just my entitled opinion, though. Again, this is just my untitled opinion. I really honestly believe that people lower their knowledge just for certain gains. You know what? Let me reiterate that. People are giving lower knowledge to keep them in a certain place because giving them more knowledge wouldn't do anything for them. You know, and I believe that. That's why I believe there's so many sheeps in the world because you can give someone so much information, you can even tell them all the right things, and it'll go through one era and out the other. They're still going to go out there and make their own choices, which is what is deemed to happen all the time. But with the information given to you, you should know how to make these choices now. You should know how to roll your dice now that you have the information given to you. But what happens is people get the information and they resort back to what they know best, which is the uneducated information. It's sad, but it happens. It happens all the time. I've seen people grow up with educated family members and then turn their backs on the education system to tell people, "I don't want the education from a white man," you know? As if they try to get educated from a black man, you know? People will lower their success for stupidity because it's easier to be stupid than it is to be smart. You know how hard it is to be smart? It's very hard. It's hard to be smart. It's so easy to be stupid and dumb and unknowledgeable, to not know anything, you know? That's just my entitled opinion. Honestly, my entitled opinion. But again, I didn't vote, not to say that I didn't encourage people to vote. I encourage everyone to vote. I encourage people who've never voted before to vote. Don't let me not voting stop you from doing what you got to do. I know how the system and the things are going to play out, and I'm honestly in to a point in my life where I'm starting to believe, life is really a perspective. Like I see life in my perspective, and I'm also seeing it from multiple, different perspectives from everyone else. But I do see what is better for, you know, the majority than what isn't better. With that being said, we were going through the battles of having Kamala, being president, and then her going against Trump. I honestly didn't see any chance of her winning. To to begin with, is no one really ever rides or backs black people. I saw that she was running by herself, and then when she didn't have a black running mate, it was just like, you know, in my honest opinion, I was like, people were just fucking tired of it. They were like, all right. First of all, you're like vice president to Biden. You're not really doing shit over there. You know, now you want to be president and you're running your second person behind you is some white person. And we're like, come on, get some more women in there, get some more black people in there, but you're not doing any of that. And then she opened her mouth to say, well, she'll do this for your community and she'll do this for small businesses. And people are just looking at her like, it all sounds good, but for centuries and for decades and for years, we've been lied to from presidents before you, you know? And when Trump was in office, the economy wasn't as bad. And I always tell people, you know what it is? It's not the immigration problem that we have. It's the economy or the people inside of this country that don't feel that they're being looked out for. You know, they feel a lot of people in the United States feel as though we're not being cared for, but everybody else is, you know. And that's not how it should go. Like the groundwork should be the people first, and then we should try to work around that after, we should care about our people so that our people should could care about everybody else, But that's not how it works a lot of the time. But again, this is my untitled opinion, you know, my untitled opinion. I saw Kamala Harris. I don't know if I'm saying her name right or wrong, and I apologize if I'm not. But I saw Kamala winning as a blow to the fabric of America. You know, if she was going to win, that would have made a lot of people upset because I didn't see her winning as it being a beneficial factor for how America was already, or how America has moved for its time being. Me personally, I saw Camilla going in and shutting down OnlyFans. I was like, in her first couple months, OnlyFans and a lot of these porno sites might just be shut down because she'll turn around and say, "You women shouldn't be doing this," you know. Which again, I agree, you shouldn't. But hey, do what you do. It's your body, right? But that's what I saw happening. I was like, "Man, she's gonna get in there and shut shit down." I I was on a game chat with a lot of the guys, and we were in the game chat, like, pressed, like, "Oh my god, the women are about to start running the world," as if women aren't running the world already, I've always said this. It's not just a man running the world. A man runs this world with a woman at the helm with him. Like a man goes out there, smacks some poor people, goes back home, and his wife tells him, "Ah, great, honey, you're so strong." Or she tells him otherwise, She says, "Oh, that wasn't so good. Why'd you do that?" And he has to explain to himself why he does this, or if he does or he doesn't. But again, there's no powerful man by himself that doesn't have a woman beside him, watching him cut heads off, step on toes, and she's feeding him pie you know, feeding him pie and sleeping with him and then bearing him children. Okay. I think a lot of women aren't seeing that. And it's not seeing that, they just are disregarding that. All right. Plenty of strong men had strong women right beside them beheading people. It wasn't just the man that's out there like, yeah, oh, I'm gonna make all these choices. And the woman just sat there and was like, and then when he went to go sleep with her after he beheaded mad people, she's like, oh my god. And then he was like, yes, you're going to you're gonna bear children for me. She's like, she cried more and more and more. No, it didn't happen like that. A lot of these women were happy. They were happy they were with a leader who was protecting them. They were happy to bear children for him. They were happy. They would even go in there and be like, "Yeah, fucking make sure you kill those people. Don't ever let them disrespect you like that." They would say some shit, and he'd be like, "Damn right, baby." Yeah, that's just my entitled opinion, you know? It's just my entitled opinion. We were going through a phase where a lot of people were like, "Okay, the women about to run the world, and they're gonna make some choices," and it didn't happen. I knew it wasn't gonna happen when they didn't want Hillary to win. Like, the nerve of Americans to believe Hillary to lose was the was the lane for Kamala to come in there and be the first black woman. Like they already let Obama come in there and be the first black guy. All right. Do you want now you're asking for a first black woman? The government is looking at humans like, listen, we have to slow the fuck down. All right. And on top of it, this black woman looked Indian. She wasn't one of them. She wasn't she wasn't no Michelle Obama chocolate. You know what I'm saying? The hue wasn't that of the chocolate melanin essence, you know what I'm saying? But whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? I knew that wasn't gonna happen. I knew for a fact that wasn't gonna happen because it's again, like I said, they didn't let Hillary win. They wasn't gonna let, Kamala win. It was good. What I always wanted to know, what happens to all that money? What happened to all that people who funded her and all that shit? Where's that money go? Does she pocket it? I never understood that. But anyways, continuing on to more entitled opinions, you know, it seems to me the dating world is is changing. I don't know if the dating world is changing or people are just tired. I see people are tired all the time, but tired of what? Sometimes I don't understand, but again, it's my entitled opinion. I don't understand if you've dated men previously, right? And God forbid, or let's just take it up as you dated some men and you dated a few guys and you've got a child or two, right? It's hard for men to it's not even a respect thing. It's hard for men to want to work so hard for something that we know you've made mistakes for less for. You know, you want us to take you on these trips and do all these when we know your baby daddy didn't do any of that. And if he did, we would tell you to go stay with him. You should stay with him. You know, for a fact, I know that a lot of women are making it harder for men who have been in bad situations because of those other bad situations, you know? And it shouldn't even be that. Like you were in a bad situation, you should be happy a new situation is coming on, you know? And what I'm also starting to understand or realize or come to understanding is that a hardworking woman doesn't even want a man. I don't see the use. I talked to this one woman, she owns a business, right? Strong business mind woman, and she has a child and all that, and she was like, "Oh, are you looking to be with somebody?" And I'm like, "Yeah, of course," and I asked her the same thing. She's like, "Yeah," but I had to really ask her, like, "Are you really honestly looking to be with somebody, or do you just feel alone? Like, what about you or what about your time or anything you do says you need a man? Like, you're successful now, right? You own your own business. You got a good car. I'm pretty sure you got a nice house and shit. What in there is the space for the man? The type of man you need is the man you're going to help, and that's not the man you really want. You want a man to help you. But again, that the man that wants to help you, you're already so far ahead, he can't help you. He sees no way for him to go in there and to help you. Okay, you've already become successful. What is him stepping in there and adding more to his success going to do for him? It's not going to do anything. That's not what they're looking for. Some people are, but the majority of them are not. You're already a success. A lot of men are looking to be useful for you. Are looking to be needed by you. At least the fake need, the need for the protection, the need for the security, or whatever it is, they just, a lot of men are looking at. They're not looking to be your cuddle, your lay-by, you know? That's not what it is. And then a lot of relationships or a lot of people get cheated on or get the bad side of a relationship because they're not putting their man to use, you know? There's a way for you to put your man to good use. I believe a lot of mothers didn't teach these girls that how to put your man to use, because a lot of men are trying to put women to use. We're trying to put you to use just like you're trying to put us like, but I don't think people understand it like that. Everyone wants this imaginary love story that I don't even believe they grew up in, you know, which is sad. but it is what it is. I was explaining again, like I told her, I was like, I don't see any room for a man there. A man wants to, you know, be somewhat of that person you need. And I'm like, girl, you're so successful. What the fuck do you need me for? I'd be so miserable being with you that I would possibly cheat on you, and then you'd be like, oh my God, he cheated on me. He's not a good man, you know. But it would be my fault because I should have just never dealt with you, you know. But that's horrible to think like that. But it is the truth. I'm like, come on, like you know, you're up at like 4 or 5 in the morning. You're like, okay, you're going to the gym, then you're going to work, and then you don't leave work until like about like 5:30, and then you're going to the gym again, or you're picking up stuff. I'm like, you don't have any time in the day for a man. And that's so, I'm like, you have to be fair. It has to be fair. Like it has to be fair. Come on, if you want a man, you have to want to put some time in there for that man. Don't make this man have to like do all these things and then you're not hoping for this man to cheat on you. Like this man with this person's obviously going to break your heart if he has to do all these things for you and then in return he doesn't feel justified for the things he's done. When a man goes out and he goes to the gym and he works out to justify, the progress. So when he looks in the mirror, he's like, "Damn, yeah, I was in here. I could feel the burn. I could feel my muscles in the shot. I could see the veins popping out. They could see the progression, and it's telling them back too, like, yeah, man, that's good. And you could see it in their face. You could see it. You could see it in the mirror. They're like, man, I can see the progression, and it's telling me back, you're doing good. In a lot of instances, men are in these relationships and they're not getting that emotion given back to them, you know? And it could be that they don't know how to give it back to them, or either that giving it back to them could be too much for a woman because it's like, oh, if I give you that, then I don't have that to I don't know what it the dating world is confusing, man. I've seen people, I know people who are with people for 15, 20 years and they're dying. You know, one person is dying from their health, and it's like, was that a happy relationship? You know, is that really a happy relationship? Could you honestly say you were with someone for 15, 20 years, and in that 15, 20 years you were with them, you got sick and it was great? No, that doesn't sound like a good relationship to me. That shit sounded like it was fucking morbid. It was a unhealthy situation where it took a toll on your health. That's how I see it. But because you're loyal and you're faithful, you say, "Imma stay, I'm gonna work on it," when you should have just got the fuck out. Should have got an exit and was like, "You know what? I can be happy somewhere else." But again, a lot of people are like, "Man, I don't know if I really can be happy somewhere else," because God forbid if I go somewhere else and I'm still out there trying 15, 30 years later. No one wants that, No one wants to be out there trying at 60, 70, and I get that. I always get that, you know? But again, it's my entire opinion. I just don't see, what's going on out here in the dating world, I don't see the time that some women have. And then I meet a lot of different women who are like, they have the time or they want to give women the time or they want to give men the time, but they've come from a broken home or a broken relationship and they have these type of guards up when it's you know what? Here's my entitled opinion. I'm at a certain age in my life where a lot of these guards up, I'm so tired. I just be like, "You know what? You have all those guards up, you need to go seek therapy," you know? It's not up to me to break your walls for you to figure out if you're susceptible to my love now or my liking or my relationship. Like, go seek help. Go seek fucking therapy. You know what I mean? That's just my entitled opinion. I shouldn't have to at this age that I am in life now, I shouldn't have to keep breaking down walls or your walls of trust because you don't know if you can trust men anymore. That's not my fault. That's your fault. Go seek therapy. Don't fucking be out here dating. Don't be out here fucking trying to look so extra good. Go to fucking work, go to therapy, go to gym, eat, go home. Because a lot of these women out here are just bullshitting and it's unacceptable. Men will bring you flowers, men will do this, and then you're evaluating yourself at a high price, but a lot of men are looking at you like, "Girl, you've made mistakes just like people before. Why is this Pepsi so high priced? Why is this Sprite so high priced? This Sprite fell off the back of the truck a few times. Like, what's the problem here? I'm so lost, you know? But again, it is what it is, man. I really can't call it. I always tell people you should be happy if you're married, man, because it's trash out here. I've seen some people get divorced, and those divorced people look fucking stressed, man. Like I honestly believe if your wife hasn't cheated on you, and when I say cheat, like gone and had a kid on the side, you know, then you can probably mend that shit. If your wife ain't physically try to kill you or breathe that shit on you, then you can try to fix that. But if she's done any of those, then nah, you gotta leave that shit. That's just unhealthy. You shouldn't be staying with someone that's making you unhealthy. You know what I mean? Where you don't know about your own health. Like, get the fuck out of there and find somebody else. Your health is way more important than love is. You know, that's just my entitled opinion. It's just what I believe. You know, I've come up to the I've come up I come up with this belief that a lot of people or a lot of immigrant people don't understand the work. Let me reiterate. Let me say this again. Work in America is so different compared to work in other countries. Okay. With that being said, when people migrate to America and then they work here, they make the working world harder for the people that have already been working, you know? And then they come in here and change it. It's not bad changes. I'm not trying to say it's not good changes. It's a lot of good and bad changes. What I'm generally trying to say is I was I'm working I've been I've always worked, but I've worked with a lot of non-American people most of my jobs. And what I've noticed compared to American people is that they won't ever really take a break. They really, really come on time, and when they don't come on time, it's like a stressful thing to them. Like it's almost like they really want to die, or like it's almost like they're about to die. And then taking a break to them is like beyond them. Like why take the break when they can just work and get the work done? And to me, I'm like, wow, you need a break. I'm like, honestly, you should take a break because a lot of this strenuous work will leave your mind to not really think too much, but to think merely on this project or on this job, and then you don't want to do that for too long because then that's what your mind will continue to do. Like it won't never differentiate from whatever else you're trying to do. It'll just continue thinking that this is what it does every day, every day, every day. It won't get out that cycle. And when I saw that, I was like, man, that's so crazy. Americans are spoiled. We want a half an hour, 45-minute break. We want an hour break. We want a 2-hour lunch. We want 3:15s and a 45-minute. Shit like that. We want to work from home. A lot of immigrants look at us like you're fucking ridiculous. They would never. They would never. And I could understand that, but I sometimes I can't. I'm like, come on, man. Like you should take a break. Like you worked for 4 hours. You're working a 10-hour shift. Out that 10 hours, man, you take a break. Don't just take a break just to go to the bathroom and then go back to work. You can die on this job. This job will replace you and get another person that will take a break. Like the job pays for breaks. Take it. Don't make it seem like, oh, Americans and it's break. Like, no, bro, take this break. Don't come to America and try to change a system that's been working. Okay, don't do it. All right, let's not have it happen. Some kid is getting carted off on Virginia Tech. Look like he broke his whole leg. Sheesh. Anyways, continuing on with more untitled opinions. Let's see how long we've been doing this stream for. Only about a half an hour. That's okay. That's some good timing. Good timing. Basketball season's back up. The fucking the Dodgers, LA Dodgers beat the Yanks for the World Series. You know, that was that was astonishing. That was actually, you know, a good World Series. A lot of us didn't expect that to happen, but gotta give it up to the Dodgers. The Dodgers played fucking great, man. A lot of people don't watch baseball anymore because in their perspective or in their views, like baseball is so dragging, it's long, and it used to be like that. I won't lie to you. Baseball because of the pitchers and all that used to take so long that you were out there waiting hours to see what the hell was going to go on. You'd be at a baseball game all fucking day, but now they have a pitch clock, so it's being, it's being sped up a little bit. Not even just a little bit; it's being sped up a lot. All right. So with that being said, anyways, the Dodgers won. Shout out to Shohei Ohtani. Shout out to Mookie, the Hernandez, Teoscar, Kiki. A lot of those guys, they played fucking great baseball, man. That was a great series to watch. Shout out to LA for bringing that home, man. I was upset because obviously I'm a Yankee fan. I'm a Yankee fan. I'm an East Coast person, so I wanted the Yankees to bring it back home. But they couldn't. It is what it is. I think Shohei Ohtani, anyways, is like one of the greatest players to play right now. He's phenomenal. That happened, and it was good to watch. It was definitely good to watch. A lot of things happened. That being said, moving on. Basketball season is back. The Celtics are out here fucking shit up. Golden State is looking good. My untitled opinion. I don't know how you can not, or how you can be at that age, Steph Curry, and still be balling, even though like Draymond Green looks like he's about to be 50. Like a lot of those guys, they're balling. It's so great to watch those guys play ball and go out there and enjoy it and shit, man. It's so good to have basketball season back. You know, a lot of betting is going on. People losing money, people gaining money. It's always good to bet. It's always good to bet and stay sane. Don't go out there and bet stupidly. You know what I mean? Be safe and bet wisely. Uh, let's see what else is going on in the world that I wanted to give my opinion on. I wanted to give my opinion on. I don't understand the weight thing. You know, I don't know if big guys are in now, but that shit has to be a little scary. Like I was talking to a woman, and the woman, you know, stated, "Hey, you may be a little too skinny for me." And you know, standing here, all just my whole body weight. I'm a good 168, 170 pushing, you know. And when she said that's too skinny, and I was just like, wow, what, I honestly want to be 190, but hey, sue me for not having so much, more weight on my body, I guess. And she's like, "Oh no, it's because I have a lot of weight on my body. I'm a big girl." And I was like, "Well, what are you, Respucia? Like, what are you, 500 pounds? Like, I just saw your snap. You couldn't be any more than 200 pounds. You could pass for what, 210? Okay. What, you got some boots on, a jacket? Your breast is probably like okay, all right, cool bean." She's like, "Could you pick me up?" I'm like, "Oh, if need be, you know, if I needed to save you, this house was burning down or we were getting chased or some shit, I could, if need be, pick you up, you know, carry you over my shoulder or have you jump on my back and I can run with you, you know. But if you're talking about during sex, I gotta fucking get down and do some squats and some dumbbell lunges just to make you come. Nah, you might get that once in a blue, you know? Yes, I'm in the gym every day, but I'm not trying to pick up. I don't. barbell curl 210, 215. That's insane, you know? And in my head, I was like, you know what's crazy? I've seen how some dudes operate, or I've seen dudes who are in the gym who are in the gym, right? And they're out there progressive loading, they're out there working hard, and they got these big muscles. And I'm like, girl, they don't fuck with girls like you. Like these dudes are in the gym and their girl is in the gym. But I really can't say. I've seen some dudes who got who are in the gym and their girl is, like 10% overweight. She's not like fat or anything. But what I'm trying to say is that this chick isn't overweight for her to be saying anything like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm starting to believe women just find a reason to strike you down. I'm like, aren't you alone? Aren't you alone with the child? Don't you want some companionship? And it's like they've dealt with so much bad guys, and I don't even think they've dealt with bad guys. I think they're just bad people who make bad choices and fucked up decisions. So with their fucked up decisions, they then put that bad shit on you, and now you're just left there. And I always tell people like, man, at this age, I'm just ready to just count it out and be like, you know what? I have no problem with just going to work, going to the gym, and going home, saving my money, taking my trips, and then possibly meeting a woman overseas, you know? Because it doesn't make any sense why it has to be so hard to be dishonest with someone, this nice or honest with someone out here. It's just ridiculous. Like you buy a chick flowers, man, you're fucking wasting your money. I bought a chick some flowers, and in the process of buying the flowers, I wanted to return that shit, you know? And it's crazy because the people watching me buy the flowers like, "Oh my god, I wish someone would buy me flowers." And I was like, "Man, the person I'm about to give these flowers to, I don't even believe they deserve it." You know what I'm saying? Like people can't be nice to other people sometimes, and it's just so sad. And like, "Well, my heart was broken." Like, that's why I'm like, man, and it's true. A lot a lot of this is going on now. A lot of hurt people are just hurting more people and hurting more people and hurting more people. They don't even give a fuck to go and get that hurt shit checked. They just want to go out there and hurt more people because somebody hurt them. You know, I just don't get it. I don't get it. I had this one chick I used to date, man. And she went and got her body done, and when she got her body done is when I was dating her, and I was like, I don't know, I was like, "You didn't really need to do that. You only had 1 kid at the time," you know what I'm saying? And then, I stopped dating her, I stopped talking to her, shit like that, and then she ended up having another kid, and I was like, "Well, what was the surgery for if you had another kid?" And then, years down the line, now she's 3 kids deep, you know? 3 kids deep with 3 different baby daddies. The same situation when I had met her, I was like, "You don't wanna go down this road because I see that's where the trees come from. You come from that tree." And I remember us having an argument about that, and I had just left. I was like, "Alright, man, I'm not really trying to argue with you," you know what I mean? Live your life, you know? And sometimes I'm like, why do I bring it up? Am I mad about it? No, I'm just happy, like, I missed or I dodged that bullet. That's a bullet I dodged. I used to date this badass chick. The chick was a baddie, and I used to tell her, "Girl, you was a fine, fine, fine woman. You just need a little guidance, and I can help you." She was a little hard headed, but she would listen. She's a great woman, but sometimes she just listens to the wrong people, and I'd be looking at her like, shit. You gotta look at who you're listening to and look at what they got for you to be listening to. And I get sometimes who you listen to is your family, but you gotta be like, yo, man, you ain't got shit. I shouldn't be listening to you. It is what it is. But she's living her life, man. I wish her the best. I wish all people the best. But I was just like, Jesus Christ, that's crazy. I was like, damn, girl, you were supposed to have my kid and shit. Well, what? But hey, I'm only 1 kid deep, so thank God for me. You know, my kid's turning like 12 soon. I thought she was turning 13, but she's only turning 12. It's so hard for me to acknowledge my daughter's real age because most of the time I'm like, I don't want to see her grow. I don't want to see her. I don't want to see her be the age that she really is. Because in my mind, I'm like, she's just that young kid, this young little girl I had strapped to my chest, going to appointments, going to the park and all that shit. Now she's just this big little girl, doing her life, doing her thing. And that's so good to have kids and watch them grow because you learn a lot from being a parent and watching kids grow. You learn a lot of stuff you're missing out when you don't have kids. You don't know. You just don't. You're not in tune. But once you do have that kid, you become very in tune with what's going on with the world, the community, with the kids, and all that shit. That's just my entitled opinion. Honestly, my entitled opinion. I honestly believe too that having a pet does not in any way, shape, or form connect you with anyone that is a parent. Like you having a pet, whether it's a cat, a dog, rabbit, snake, I don't give a fuck what kind of pet you have. Your pet is nothing like having a human being who can make sound choices, knowing that some of the sound choices they are making are wrong. Okay. Animals are just going off of basic instinct. Humans are just going off of choices they've premeditated or they're just making off of the whim. You know, that's the glory of having a child and raising another human being. That part of it. You know what I'm saying? When you have a animal, you're just disassociating yourself from human nature. You're just trying to you're just trying to replace human beings with a with an idea or a concept that will listen, obey, and not have this choice that God gave them or this free will. Because what I'm starting to realize is certain humans don't like the free will that God gave them. So they go and get these pets. They'll have like 4 cats, or they'll have a pet snake. Because you know what? The snake can't talk. Snake doesn't need no fucking. The snake ain't gonna say shit. Snake ain't gonna pass any judgment. Snake won't say a goddamn thing, and that's what they like. There are even some people who like fucking with these cats who are really bad fucking cats. These cats be scratching them, be doing all type of shit, and they love it. They love it way more than having to deal with a human being, as if the human beings that raised them were 10 times worse and that showed them like, "Oh my god, you should just disassociate from humans and go be an animal lover." And there's nothing wrong with being an animal lover, but you just gotta be honest with yourself. How long does that last for? You know? That's just my entitled opinion. You wanna know another entitled opinion I have? I believe we're in a time where men are super thirsty or men aren't getting enough attention from women where they're just saying anything out their mouth to make a woman smile or make a woman feel as though that that's what they want to do. I've seen a woman show me her feet, and her feet, she had diabetic feet. Okay, not diabetic feet, but she had feet that were swollen, and in the sense she was like, a lot of people tell me they love my feet, and I couldn't understand that. And I've started to notice that this is happening a lot. And I was like, "Oh my god, was I so blind before?" And I started to realize when men are so vulnerable, they don't give a fuck what certain things look like because vulnerability to them is just like, "Yo, I just need to be touched or talked to." Her feet could look like dog shit for all I care. She's gonna talk to me? Great. And you sometimes it's like, "Man, that's so fucking sad, man." You know? And I'm always trying to be honest with people. I'm like, "Girl, like why do you believe these men are telling you this about your feet and then you're a single woman?" You know? And then again, it's like Man, please, if your feet looked at this good, you might as well sell them or some shit. And then some women believe they're so fine that men are constantly trying to fuck them, and that irritates me. I'm like, Jesus, I can't stand some chicks like that. I'm like, all the men are trying to fuck you, like all of them, like yeah, you're just constantly getting hit on, like yeah, I just don't want to go here because my anxiety, like that's another entitled opinion I have. I am overwhelmed with women with anxiety problems. My You know what my reply is whenever I meet a woman with anxiety problems? I'm like, "You know what? Being black is anxiety itself." Like, what anxiety problems do you have? Like, do I wake up being black and have to figure out if today someone might figure out if a nigga might kill me, a cop might get a bad idea and think I done had a gun on me, or some shit might happen. Like, I'm like, the anxiety some of these women have, I'm just like, this is fucking made up anxiety. They're making this shit up. I just couldn't fucking believe it. Some of the shit I hear, I just be like, "Oh my god, you can't be serious, man." You know? It just shocks me. She showed me her feet and I was just like, "Yuck." I was like, are you honest? Are you honest? Are you being serious? Like men are people are just like, "Oh my god, you have beautiful feet." I was like, I wouldn't even I was like, "Man, them shits look like you need to go to a doctor." Not like the toes look like they need to be amputated. I'm like, your ankles look really bad. They look swollen. It looks like your feet are dying. I was like, they need help. Some circulation down there. Your feet need some circulation, girl. Them fat feet don't look all. I'm like, nah, man. Let's get a lot of us men need to be start being serious with these women. That shit ain't pretty. You know, I seen another girl put a picture up from a concert and then had the caption, "Well, my man loves me, so it doesn't matter how I look." I'm like, man, if it doesn't matter how you look, then don't post this picture. The internet and the world doesn't need to understand why your man loves you. Your man loves you how you look. Keep that to you and your man, okay? And I'm honestly happy for y'all. I applaud that shit, man. I applaud that your man loves you for how you look and every way you look. That's cool. But you can't be posting these feet pictures and it look like your feet's got knuckles. You know what I'm saying? Like your toes got these knuckles that's been grinding on concrete, you know? Like your toes got these knuckles that's been grinding against, some some sort of rock while they was motorcycling or they was fighting in the UFC training with these like man, please. Like let's stop it. All right, you're a pretty girl. You're a pretty girl. Put some socks on. Or you're a pretty girl. Wear some shoes that don't show all your feet. You know what I'm saying? Or put some makeup on your feet. You know what I mean? Put a little of that powder on there. You know what I'm saying? And blush some of that shit out. But whatever. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's just my entitled opinion. Who cares what I say? I'm just giving you my entitled opinion. But it is what it is. You know. Another entitled opinion I have is, I think we have to start understanding that being alone is trash. You know, I think we have to sit down and analyze that being alone is trash. And sometimes we have to analyze what we're asking the world for, you know? Like I have some relatives who are alone. That's like, girl, like how long are you gonna be alone for? Like some of them are past the age of almost the baby scare. I'm like, shit, like they're beating the apple don't fall far from the tree. I'm like, you done beat that. That's cool, but you know, doesn't purpose feel good? Doesn't having some purpose, like who wants to go to work every day? Like having work be your purpose in life, unless your work is like a purposeful life thing, like you're doing some work that's changing people's lives, then yeah. But if you're doing something and you don't even fucking own that company, god damn. You're just waking up every day to go make money for them, make yourself a little bit of money to go home and keep doing it again. God damn. just to go on a couple vacations every once in a year. Jesus Christ, that's a miserable life, man. I always say there's some shit going on out there. There is some shit going on out there. You know, we went through the phase of, oh, don't settle. And then when that phase was going through, you should have settled, you know? You should have settled with that guy. Maybe it wasn't that bad because now you're fucking alone, you know? And who wants to be alone? My honest opinion, or my here is an opinion I have. As I get older, I just get tired of having to deal with shit, you know? If you wanna come through and lay down, that's cool. You don't wanna lay down, that's cool too. You know, you wanna have a conversation, we can talk, that's cool. But after a certain while, I'm like, aren't we human? Don't you get horny? I'm horny a little bit, you know? I mean, after I'm horny, the horniness gets out of me. Then I'm like back to regular and shit, you know? But some women, I'm like, oh, I don't wanna have anything like that. You know what it is? I hate going through the motions because of some mistake someone else made before you. Like, again, that's why I said before, go seek therapy. Like, I don't need to be dealing with that. Come to me already healed. Like some people would say, come to me healed already. Don't come to me with these problems because I'm not really trying to fix or wait for you to get over any of these problems because I have my own problems and I'm not putting these problems. I've never put my problems on anybody. You know what I'm saying? My problems are my problems. That's just what it is. But come on, this dating life is getting strenuous. It's getting stressful out here. Money is getting stressful out here. You know what it is? Another entitled opinion I have is I don't like working for people that make work stressful. Like I'd rather quit. Like I'm not finna come to this job. You're not about to have me come to this job every day stressing over some shit that's so minuscule, and you have to stress me out every day. I will quit this fucking job. And I've had so many jobs where they'll tell you like, yeah, you'll quit this job. Like, you know, this job will do for you, and you're like, bro, this job will do for my future. It will make me sick. Okay, it fucking give me a heart attack, give me stress, and I'll have to come in here every day. I don't need that type of job. America has built the fabric of that. Coming here to this stressful fucking job until you die, and then let them bury you. While they bury you, these other people could live off the fucking money that you couldn't even spend. Fucking miserable. Could you imagine? You worked 30, 40 years. Now you're about to start seeing a good 500, $400,000, and boom, right before you get your first $400,000 check, they fucking tell you got diabetes type 2. Now you got colon cancer, fibromyalgia, thyroid cancer. You got all this complications, your liver's going, kidneys going. Now you're fucked. Now you need that insurance. The job is waving at you in your life every day you come to work. That's a really untitled opinion. You know what? The fucking job world literally waives health insurance. It's funny, like, ugh, when do you need it? Because every year you're paying for it, you don't really use it until that one year when you're about to you're like, word, I finally amassed, you know, the career I wanted, and I'm finally where I'm at, and you're getting sick. Like I work with this one guy. He has like this hip hop thing, and he was like he's married. I'm like, bro, you're married, and he like you have like a hip hop walk too. Like shit. When I say hip hop, like he has this form walk and shit. Married and shit. He's got like a lisp and shit. And on top of that, he chews fucking tobacco. I'm like, this guy's fucking disgusting. But it is what it is. People find love in all different ways, man. I don't know how they do it, but they do it. This other guy, every time I see him, he smells like fucking boiled rice, you know? And not like that finished boiled rice, like right when you're like, you just put it in there, like that process of it just boiling. Like, you didn't put any garnishes in there. You only just put you just put the rice and salt. You didn't put no garlic in there or anything. You didn't do anything. Just put the rice, water, and a little bit of salt. That's all you did. And that's what that person smells like. I was like, man. And then their breath, like, why isn't like your dental like an important thing to people? Like, fucking brush your teeth and take a breath mint. Brush it thoroughly. Like, health classes should be teaching motherfuckers how to brush their teeth thoroughly. You know, a lot of things in this educational world, in my entitled opinion, they should be teaching kids instead of having them to take the statewide test away and then, you know, have them go out into the world believing that they're ready. Like, what the fuck do you think you're ready for? You know, because you took a couple of fucking homeworks and a couple tests, you think you're ready for the world now? The world will chew you up and spit you out. That's why all these kids have all this anxiety fucking problem. Because we weren't throwing them in enough fires and having them put the fire out themselves. They're all fucking fire. Boom, they're dead. You know, shit gets hot. They don't know what to fucking do. Anxiety takes a toll, and now everything is dead. You know who lives like that? That's fucking ridiculous. How much time we in here? We're about an hour. We're already an hour in. I don't even think I've said all my entitled opinions, man. I gotta write some of this shit down. Anyways, now we're about to jump into a segment that I like to call Who Asked You? Alright? Now this segment is brought to you by Green Check Community. Now, if you're ever out there betting on any of these FanDuel, DraftKings, Prize Picks, go on down and head on to my man's Discord, and that is the Green Check Community Discord. I'll put all this information in the chat, or I'll put it in the information, and so you can click onto it. All right, go to the Discord, sign up. I think the membership is only $30. You get a lot of free picks. Get these picks, you can make $1 million, make a couple 100,000. It's a great thing. We're constantly viewing, making slips, and making bets so we can make millions. I'll start soon, analyzing some bets on here too, so we can go over the bets. I'll put some picks up. Hopefully, whoever listens takes the picks, and hopefully the picks hits for you. You tail them, and then you come back and say, "I was listening to Entitled Opinions. That's where I got the slip from." You know what I'm saying? Um, I just hit that. Let's go. All right, so another another paid. We give you another one. All right. Green Check Community was one. Another ad that I have here is Mondays with Johnny. All right. Now, if you're looking for a local realtor and you happen to be in the Minnesota area, in the Minnesota state, head on down to Mondays with Johnny. That's hashtag Mondays with Johnny. JOHNNY. One of the best realtors out there in the United States and in Minnesota. So go out there, get yourself a house, get yourself some property, hit him up. He'll give you all the information you ever need and he'll educate you. All right. Also brought to you by ARX Clothing. All right. Go on, head down to the archive on Instagram. I'll also put that information down so you get that too. Check out their clothing. They've got a lot of nice detailed pieces, a lot of one-on-ones. Go on down there, check them out. Check it all out. Also, check out the books by my man Gregory Soulface, the author. He has a few books. He has another book coming out soon. I'll put that link there as well. Check out Realty by Chris. Also does a lot of realty in the Brooklyn location, in the New York location, a lot of apartments, houses. He also does notaries as well. So if you need notaries, hit up my man Realty by Chris. All right. Um Another ad we have here, we have Focus International Music by Focus International, your number one music choice in all parties, weddings, events, etc. And any occasions you need. If you need equipment, you need speakers, you need a DJ, he has everything you need. One of the best DJs in the United States of America. You know what? Let me reiterate that. One of the best DJs internationally. All right, that's Focus, Phokus. All right, again, that's Phokus International. All right, you can add him, book your events, have him book all of it. He'll fly to you, drive to you wherever you are. Some of the best music, best entertainment played ever. All right, so let's get to it. Let's get to some CNN. We'll do some CNN first, and then we'll go down. Trump's global shakeup. All right, look at that. They're still showing Democrats, Republicans. 218 to win. You look at it. The Republicans about to win the House. They won it. All right. The president elect policies could be catastrophic for the current world order, or they may invigorate tired societies and alliances. Who asked you for that? Who asked you to tell us that this was going to invigorate tired societies? Who's the tired society? Hmm? Nah. Ah, politics and news, huh? Tens of thousands marched to demand Valencia leader resign over handling of deadly floods. Ugh. Who asked you not to hand them over a long time ago? I'm pretty sure it wasn't his first time doing it. Ukraine says it launched drone attacks on Russian chemical plant. Oh my goodness. Who asked you to do that on a Russian chemical plant? Did you actually make sure there weren't any civilians or people near that chemical plant, or how far the next country or cities or states that were close to that? Jesus. Florida basketball coach Todd Golden acknowledges school investigation and considers defamation suit. Mm, that's that's a little crazy. Person, I will click on that, but ah, I'm pretty sure we know where that's going. And the Times American, whenever it's like it's a coach and it's some school, we know where that's going. You know, no need to ask me, but we know where that's going. Person charged in a staged car crash caught on dash cam video. Who asked you to stage a car crash? Is it that bad? Hmm? Is life in that bad? You had to stage it? His wife was swept away. Whoa. His wife was swept away by Hurricane Helene's flood waters. Your wife? Jeez, who asked you to even give us that? That's so sad, man. Your wife was swept away by a flood. You couldn't save her? Geez, now he's been scammed out of nearly $40,000. Who asked you to be scammed out of that money? Okay, this is beyond me. Why, I don't see an investigation. Wife of black man found hanging in Alabama. Alabama, I've said this before. Alabama is one of them states, man, you gotta stay far the fuck away from. One of them places you don't wanna visit. One of them places you don't wanna go be caught near or caught trapped up under. Alright? Who never asked Alabama to Alabama needs to be investigated, and the people that live there. Alright? Authorities want to work. Oh, here's a fucking ad. Range Rover. Nobody wanna buy this goddamn Range Rover. Authorities work to find the source of racist texts sent to black people nationwide after the election. That shit. I didn't get that text. So what? I ain't black? What the fuck am I? Judge postpones execution of serial killer Thomas Creech months after he survived a botched execution attempt. Hey, let me tell you this, who asked for this judge to postpone this shit? And who asked for them to even still have executions? I'm pretty sure not too long ago they executed a black man and they were fighting to stop that, but they executed him anyways. That's fucked up. It's fucked up out here in this world. 49ers lineman Nick Bosa fined by NFL for crashing teammates' interview with MAGA hat. Oh, they knew that shit was coming. They was like, yeah, find his ass. Who actually even had that hat on the field? You moron. Let's move away from CNN. That was a good few couple of who asked shoes there. Let's head on to the shade. Let's shade room. What the fuck the shade room's gonna give us today? You know? Let's check it out. Let's fucking check it out. Florida woman charged after allegedly setting herself, her 2-year-old son, and infant son on fire. What the fuck? Who asked you to do all that? Who asked you? And then why y'all allegedly? I wouldn't even allege to charge her. I'd just charge her. Fuck the alleged shit. She needs to be charged, man. This alleged, if she did it, she did it. You know, this I don't even see the reason for the allegedness at this point. You know? Ugh, my phone died. Let me go ahead and see if I can put this phone on the charger while we're doing this. Without any interruptions. There goes the headphones. Oh shit. Thank goodness you guys can't see anything going on. But anyway, back to it. Yeah. This is who the fuck asked you to do this? Like who asked you to do any of that? And where was the father of these kids? See what happens when you're a single, a lone woman, and it's so stressful. And I understand postpartum could be real. Look at the shit that she's doing. She's setting herself, 2-year-old son, and an infant, and the kid is too young. It was too much for her. No help, no family support. Who asked you to even have a second child when you already had a 2-year-old? This shit we go through. Nelly playfully reminds Ashanti how they got their son after she drops these new photos. Damn right. Nelly ain't stupid. Nelly like, hey, keep posting them pictures. I'm gonna put another baby in your ass. You ain't finna go nowhere soon. Huh? All right. Rihanna has her Navy fans shook with these comments about her music journey. At this point, Rihanna, you can either not drop an album, not drop a song, or drop a song. We are still going to listen to music, like music will still be music, you know. Regardless if Rihanna drops a track, it's not killing anybody. Motherfuckers are still living. All right. Jim Jones shares video featuring Chrissy Lampkin amid rumors that he married another woman. I mean, Jimmy's been with that woman for a long time. I don't see how that's news that he might be with somebody else. I don't know, man. I mean, who cares? You know? Um, Florida woman Florida woman, shit's going up. Shit's going down in Florida. Florida woman arrested after fatally shooting another woman while on live stream. Man, listen, that's beyond me. That has to be insane. You know, who actually do any of that? Once they get you on live TV or live on camera doing it, there's no more evidence they need to. You're just done now. Anyways, why is so Judge Paige Whitaker apologized after using N word in court? I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure you had to use it because you was reading back something. So that's the only reason why you had to say what you had to say or you use N word, you know. But who asked you to apologize? Was some black people in the courtroom like, oh, I can't stand that this judge just said the nigga word. Like, nigga, please. Hey, that's just fine type of thing. Little Dirk faces life in prison if convicted of new charges in murder scheme against Quando Rondo. Yeah, man, who asked you, Lil Durk, to spin the block and do anything? Vaughn died. You should have been out there, but like, you know what? Don't nobody need to die anymore, man. We should all, just keep it solid because this ain't it. We gonna kill each other, and these white people gonna make this money still. My neighborhood still gonna be fucked up. That's what he should have told niggas. He should have been like, yo, bro, if we spin for Vaughn, we gonna spin for Vaughn and be spun and locked up. None of this shit won't mean nothing. None of the work we done, none of what Vaughn talked about, this shit won't mean nothing. We'll be in the dirt. You know what I'm saying? Man, New York City couple charged with murder for allegedly starving their 4-year-old son to death. Who asked you to do that? Like, who asked you not to get him a hero from the shop? Like a chopped cheese? You wouldn't even get him a Happy Meal? That's crazy, man. That's insane to me. The shit that we see in these newses, man. Lamar Odom orders custom doll reportedly modeled after Khloe Kardashian. Yeah, he's a sick fuck. Who asked you to do that? Who asked you to give us any of that information, anyways? DDG addresses relationship. You got a relationship with Quavo? Relationship with Quavo sounds crazy. Addresses relationship with Quavo after fans speculated beef from their appearance on Casanat's live stream. Dan, do black people do people love to speculate that black people love to have beef with other black people? Like, is that what people speculate when they listen to music? Yeah, he must love he want to have beef because he's a rapper. Yeah, he's in the rap game, so when rap you can't be cool, gotta have beef. Man, damn bad baby mom claps back at those doubting her daughter. Yo, this girl has so many complications in life and then had cancer. Like, whoa, man, who asked this girl to even come outside? I'm tired of seeing that girl, man. Shit. Angel Reese, huh? All right, let's move on. Only got a few more, couple more minutes left to do the world star section of this. You know what I mean? Sorry for that infinity zoom you just saw there. Give me a second. Let me see if my phone turns back on here. Anyways, let's get back to it. Actually, let me go ahead and put this on the charger. Y'all won't miss nothing anyway. 2 seconds. I'll put this on the charger. Get back to it. Supposed to be. All right. You know, I actually wanted to. I'll do that in the next podcast session. I'll go over some other more entitled opinions. But anyways, let's get back to this. Let's get back to this. This lady that plays this Agatha, I would fuck the shit out of her. I've always had this crush on her. Let me look her up. Agatha character. Yeah, Catherine Hahn. Is that her name? Yeah. Oh my, her. This lady right here, bro. This fucking lady right here. Oh my god. I would. Jesus. The things I would do to her. Like I don't know what it is about her, but she's something about her has always just had me like Catherine Hahn. Whoo-wee. Anyways, something about that white lady. Let's get to it. Wild. Businessman with wife and kids smashed over 400 powerful men's wives and daughters raw on video with their consent, including. Let me click on this because I gotta read the rest of it. Including his brother's wife. God damn, including his brother's wife? Dude's a savage, man. Who asked you to even record it? Why was you recording any of that? Hey, man, listen. You 400 these goes crazy. 20-year-old girl from the viral demon meme spotted at an NY Freaknik throwing it back on dudes. Doesn't surprise me. And look at that. She's only 20 years old. Who actually at 20 years old to be out there? That's what they be looking for, them young girls too. And look what them young girls do. They be at places where none but grown men be at. I was just 16 years old. Zach Morris of Saved by the Bell TV show says the fight scene with AC Slater was real. I wasn't gonna back down. What? I remember that episode. That shit was real. This whole time I thought that shit was fake. That shit was cap. Wow, who asked you to hold that shit for so long? You know how long ago that shit was? Damn, look at that. Good. You know how long ago Saved by the Bell was? Like, I wasn't gonna back down. Yeah, that motherfucker AC Slater look like he's gonna whoop his ass. Krishan confronts her sis Taseki, Taseki, Tas- Tasakai, Ta- Tas- Tequila, that she molested her when they played the inappropriate game house together while Rock was what? Hold on. Krishan confronts her sister that she molested her when they played the inappropriate game house together while Rock was 7. Goes into detail. What? She says, "Remember when I was 7? You made me eat your pussy." Krishan puts her sister. Oh my God! What? Yo, holy shit! Had me on pause for a quick second. Like, wait a minute. I don't even want to play this. But geez, I just that goes crazy. Why does that kid look like it's like half dead? Yo, who asked this chick to have a kid? That's just crazy. Let me I don't even know who even asked these people to have a show. Who asked for this show? Please take that show off air. I hope when Donald Trump finally goes in the presidency, he's like, you know what? Some of these shows are just not going to happen anymore. Then we'll be happy. Pimpin' Ken says, Pimpin' Ken says, Pimp C allegedly recorded Beyonce getting her cheeks clapped during interview. Wow, crazy. Hey, yo, if anything ever needs to be put out there so we can see and I need to know. I asked. Who asked you for that? Who asked you? I asked, all right? I asked because I wanted to see Beyonce getting her cheeks clapped. Pimpin' Ken says Pimp C allegedly recorded it. Is that why he died? Niggas was like, yeah, man, make that nigga ain't try to give up the tape. So we gotta let him go. You know what I'm saying? We gotta let him shit. Goddamn, Asian chick got some serious body. I seen that. Who asked you? You know what I mean? Like, we don't think Asian women have good bodies or some shit like that. Whatever. She knows what she's doing. Woman showing her dog some new tricks, but all eyes on the cake. Yeah, perverted world. She knew what she was doing. Why she had to wear them shorts? You know what I'm saying? And then why couldn't you just show us the dog and the trick? Why you should never do crime. Inmate posts all the meals served in Mississippi prison. Again, one of them southern states you should never fucking go to is Mississippi. Another one. Don't go there. All right. And who asked you to even get a phone to serve? Listen, I'm pretty sure everybody knows the bad food you get in prison because it's prison. All right. Who asked you? Moving on. Hold up. Wait a minute now. Clip is now going viral of Will Smith saying this in front of Jada Pinkett. Uh, Will Smith and Jada be saying all type of shit. The fact that as viewers we're in deep or in depth into these people's lives and we're so concerned on what they're doing or what they're saying, it's just disgusting. Like I would hate for a celebrity to want to be in my fucking business. I'd be like, yo, bro, don't you have some movies to go make or some shit? Something to do with your life? Woman's racist husband gets beat up by a black man for calling him the N word. Cops say, boy, you whooped the shit out of him. Who asked you not to beat more shit out of him? All right? Doesn't you don't need to be verbally racist. We understand you're racist. It's okay to be racist, okay, but you don't have to be out here verbally calling people anything. All right. um Donald Trump says on day one of taking office, the only two genders recognized in America will be male and female. Goddamn right. Who asked you not to put that shit out early? You should have said that shit in your fucking debate speech. That should have been the opening statement. Like, hey, as soon as I walk up into that office, all this other, she, her, and them verbs is dead. You either a male or you're female. That's all we're writing on these papers. I get rid of all these gender bathrooms and all that shit. You either male or female. You want to dress up as a bitch, you'll be treated as one. You want to dress up as a man, you'll be treated as one. You know what I'm saying? But understand, as soon as you start dressing up as a man, you better come through with all the fucking man shit that we be on too. All right, don't try to pick and choose when you want to be a man or how a man is supposed to operate. Because now you want to be a man because you don't know what a fucking man is. Moving on. Bro is starving. People are concerned for this Hooters waitress after she shows how much she makes in a day. I'm not concerned. You work at Hooters. Find another profession. There's a million other places you can work. Why Hooters? Is that the only location in your town that has a decent location for you to work at? Yeah. Ugh. Meg the Stallion and her twerking. I mean, that's you can't get any. It's just the best. Moving on. Shorty hit the plate with a standing ovation. Okay. I can't stand that y'all even exist. Father going viral for the way he's talking to his kids. Sad as fuck. I mean, that's his kids. Whatever. What rights is Trump taking away from women? Kid in high school destroys classmates in a debate about Donald Trump versus Kamala Harris. Ooh. I mean, you guys are in high school. What the fuck do you really know? Some of y'all didn't even know Kamala Harris before she was even Kamala Harris. All right, so who even asked this kid? And who even asked you to be in class debating about some shit like that? I'm pretty sure you're in high school about like school lunch. This is some work that'll leave you on a t-shirt. Detroit goon kicks in his ops aunt's front door while sending a message. Yeah, all right, you kicking my aunt's crib, my nigga. I'm not even gonna shoot you. You know, that's some shit. I'm just gonna call the police and let them know where you at. um, cops lets grandpa get his get back after man kicked him in the head. Oh yeah, shit. Go ahead. Yeah, you know what I mean? As you should. Lawyer spills the wildest marriage secret straight out of a movie. Blink twice, proving you can't trust anybody. Whatever, man. Who asked you? You're a lawyer. What tea are you really spilling? Who asked you? Are you married? We need to know that. We need to find out. Wow, she wants to be a hoe, not a basketball player. Charleston White goes off on Angel Reese for dissing Donald Trump and calls Cardi B out. Wow. Any possible way to break down black men, they'll do it. You voted for Donald Trump, you voted for Obama, you got up and went to work. Any way to tear a black man down behind the white man is designing and working to his best way all the time, you know? Okay, let's see. He's not even in office. Suddenly everybody's starting to act right, bro, with the interview speaking on Trump. This guy be speaking a lot and he always be saying some shit. And I've always wondered, like, why do we even be listening to dude? Like, sometimes we need to be seeing people's integrity and their background. Like, I don't want to be you guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and why do you feel as though talk why we should be listening to you? I don't care how much money you make. I really don't. Your money does not equate to the integrity and the shit that you actually do in your community and life. It doesn't. Okay. I know some shitty people who have money. Okay. And with that being said, I enjoyed giving you guys my untitled opinions and my who asked yous, and I appreciate you guys for tuning in. All right, all right, let's hold it. Let's hold the applauses. Hold the applauses. Normally, I do like a little song intro, but I didn't want to do the song intro, and then y'all don't hear it and play it. I'm gonna start doing that shit right soon. All right, we'll get back up in a couple more days, and I'll give you guys since Monday's Veterans Day Monday, and I'll give you guys the update of some more untitled opinions. I'll get to my drawing board and see what we got to give you guys there. I'll put the links in the chat. And again, thank you for tuning in. Be safe. If you're not gonna be safe, be dangerous. All right. Thank you again. It's your boy Ray Caruso. Go out there and be great. All right. See you next time.